jacuzzi.
I'll say this. Flushed Away genuinely surprised me. I did not expect it was going to be as good as it was when we were watching it. The reason we watched it to begin with is because it's our friend Ian's favorite animated childhood movie. And he's been wanting to watch it for years now. And every time we would be like, "Oh, let's watch a movie," Ian would come in and be all like, "Flushed Away." And so, you know what? We saw it on Netflix. We didn't have to pirate it, and we were just like, "Let's fucking do it." We watched it on a really big TV, and I did notice something because originally me and my friends all thought that it was hand animated like claymation, but it's CGI made to look like clay animation, which is extremely fucking weird. Shit. I'm not supposed to curse in the first 2 minutes of the video because YouTube won't monetize your videos if you do that, so I won't do that again. But it's just kind of weird looking, but then you get used to it. I like when movies or TV shows have things in it that are really, really weird looking, and then you just get used to it and you're like, wow, that was really, really cool. And by the end of the movie, I thought that was really, really cool. I guess the people at Aardman Animation didn't want to make another claymation movie after having made Wallace and Gromit the movie a couple years prior, and they were like, just give it to the computer animation department. We really don't want to do that. And then they take a big giant swig of Jack Daniels, whatever they do it over at Aardman Animations. So Flushed Away is actually really, really funny. It's written really, really well too. Like, the characters in it are all really fun. It might be in part due to the fact that they are British, and British people are just always funny whether they want to be or not. And throughout the movie, just the background comedic things that happen, like the sight gags, and then there's also puns that are made when people are just flying by. Every single action scene has 20 different things that you could be looking at in the background or listening for, and it's really, really funny. Flushed Away is a hilarious movie. I am so happy that it was as funny as it was too, because I don't know, I just was going into it thinking this is just another 2007 animated movie. I saw it when I was younger. I remember it being alright, and it blew me away. Flushed Away is really, really good. DreamWorks has been surprising me on the rewatches recently. I've been finding that I have been really liking DreamWorks movies, rewatching them as I'm older. Megamind was pretty good. Flushed Away was hilarious. Next we're going to watch Monsters vs. Aliens, and I am hyped for that. But Flushed Away, all the characters, Roddy, Rita, the main toad, huzzah! They're all hilarious, and they all make you feel so sometimes I watch movies and I don't like watching them, or I start TV shows and I don't like watching them when I'm starting them because I'm not comfortable with the characters yet. I will watch a show any day I'm comfortable with the characters with. I'll be like, oh, I love this guy, I love this episode, I love this part of the movie or whatever. That's why my favorite movie is Back to the Future, because it gets you comfortable with its characters so easily, and every time I see it, I'm I want to watch out and hang out with these people for 2 hours. And Flushed Away really, really does that. It puts you in a comfortable environment, and you're like, wow, this guy's funny. And then Sid shows up out of the fucking drain, 3 minutes, so it's okay, and pushes him into the toilet, and then you go to this whole new world, but it's so funny and well written and just already established in its existence that you're comfortable with it, and you're like, I could watch more of this. And then you watch more of it, and then by the end of the movie, after all is said and done, it leaves you wanting more. Yes, their Pixar movies have more emotional moments in them, which probably make them seen as better overall. But Flushed Away has its emotional moments too, and its final battle, and it's kind of intense, because throughout the movie, Rodney is like, oh man, I want to get back so bad, but then he gets back and he realizes there's nothing here for me. I found everything that I always wanted and needed in the sewer, and I would rather go back to a dirty sewer and live with people that I love than be in this rich people house and have nothing at all to do with other people. And I think that that's a beautiful message, and emotionally intense for people who are watching it and going, wow, that relates to my life. I'm glad that I don't relate to Rodney's situation post flush, pre-reflush. I'm glad I don't feel like Rodney in that situation, because I would just be miserable, and I'm sure Rodney was too. Like, the motive throughout the movie was he was saying goodnight, and nobody was responding, and then he said goodnight like 15 times to Rita, and she was saying goodnight back every single time. Like, I didn't notice that at first, but, you know, my friend Ian, he's a smart guy, he pointed it out to me, and I was like, that is hardcore. Like, you don't get that from a lot of kids' movies today, especially from Disney and Pixar, and I haven't seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish yet. I really hope to do so soon, but Disney might be slipping. Disney might have always been slipping, but because they made you cry, they were better, because Flushed Away, okay, Flushed Away is not better than Ratatouille. I'm comparing them because they came out in the same year, 2007, but two movies about rats doing weird and silly things in a crazy, disgusting, stinky, vile world. Like, Flushed Away does almost as good as Ratatouille. And I think that's a testament to DreamWorks and Aardman Entertainment, because they helped make they were the studio that made the movie. DreamWorks was just like, we got you guys, but we're gonna call it a DreamWorks movie. But I don't know. Maybe the whole point of this video is that DreamWorks might have been, to quote Brendan Fraser, the champion that nobody appreciated. DreamWorks isn't the underdog in the animation department. They're the champion that no one appreciated. And I think Flushed Away and Megamind, but I watched Megamind a while ago, so I'm not going to review that. And whatever we watch in the future from DreamWorks might come to prove that. I might come out with a DreamWorks video. I think I'm Team DreamWorks now. Teamworks. Anyway, I gotta go to work. This is not my job. I gotta work a 9 to 5. I gotta go run in the rat race and be flushed away to the sewer that I work at. See what I did there?